Hi, welcome to SA Rugby Magazine, and I've got a very special guest, John Dobson. John, welcome to SA Rugby Magazine.
Thanks very much, Ken.
Yeah, thanks for coming in and seeing me. It's fair to say that your blood is blue. You've been through the school system, the junior, university, club. I mean, you've just entrenched yourself in Western Province. So for the Stormers, 24 years you're carrying a legacy of 24 years of no win, and a lot of disgruntled fans in terms of their expectations. You've got 5 returning Springboks. You've got a scrum half who I think is one of the best in the competition. You just signed Jeremy Roberts, who I think is going to be a great addition for the depth. Is it fair to put a favourite tag on you guys for this year?
Yeah, gee, that's a tricky start. I can't see how, without being too arrogant, how we cannot be in the conference.
Yeah.
You know, I think it will be underachievement given the personnel we've got. Like you said, with returning box, some really good youngsters, an incredible blend of youth and experience. Yeah, a couple of other factors in our favour, like a reasonably good home run before we travel too far. The last year at Newlands. Those things, it seems like a perfect storm. It seems like we set out to disappoint again because it just seems too good to be true, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, but I do think we should be favourites within the conference. We play to the ability of the squad that we've assembled there.
No, and has it been difficult integrating the box back into the setup? I mean, there must have been some issues there.
Yeah, I think it's none of them, which is the most important thing. None of them in terms of their own will or focus. Perhaps more given around their conditioning and that thing. I don't think Franz Maherber spent much time in November in the gym. I think he spent a lot of time at Tops or whichever. the Tops or various.
Strange, I didn't see him there.
All that's left of the one in Stellenbosch is Bacardi Breezes or something. Everything else is gone. He picked up, but no. So I think conditioning wise, I mean, I think that's just naturally a tour that the Champions Tour and that took them out. So I think they're all undercooked and probably still undercooked. That's a challenge for us. But the only way some of those big diesels get fit is on the field. Even a guy like Bongi Manambi, you know, he's a great warrior and a supreme athlete. Even him, he'll admit he's not in probably peak neck. We've had to try and catch them up in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's been a challenge. But in terms of their buy-in and professionalism, fantastic, absolutely brilliant.
And so what, Nibao stopped by training this week. Can you expand on the relationship with Rassie and
I think it's very quick for all of us to knock South African rugby in general, our model. You know, New Zealand got the great central contracting system. What Ireland have done is amazing, and all that. But the way these guys want to come out and share. I mean, Jacques comes to his second week. He's come to us. Probably spent the whole day there. Arrives in jeans and a shirt. You know, and by the time then he borrows shorts and a t-shirt, he's on the field coaching. So it's quite special. They've bred, you know, Stick's gone up to the Bulls. I know the coaches are all. Alan, the conditioning coach, has been around a couple of franchises. Personally, I get on very well with Rassie, so you know, he's a mate of mine. So, but they're trying to help us with referee management. I think they've seen that because I think their big quest now is sustainable success for the Springboks, not this quick ambulance job that happens every couple of years like we tend to do. You know, and sustainable success is going to mean reasonable success at Super Rugby, not the normal model of one team making away quarterfinal and getting stuffed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I fully understand. So is it true that you were the first editor on SA Rugby Magazine?
I was.
Does being an editor and playing in media give you an advantage speaking to the press and understanding media? And
I think so. I hope so. I think I get on reasonably well. Guys seem to write reasonable things. I was started in 1995. The Chester Williams was on the first cover.
I remember it.
Yeah, Nick Mallett was the consulting editor. Did absolutely nothing. It still does. Just a lot of huff and puff, like still is the case, you know. But I do think we've got a responsibility. You know, yourselves, myself as a coach in the industry. It's not the old days of 30 years ago where you could just turn up and play and expect 40,000. You know what I mean? There has to be engagement. If you don't understand the role of the media in that, then you're limited. You know what I mean? I know we've underachieved, and I know the product is probably Super Rugby has been compromised a little bit over the years. But you know, if we were going from a 40,000 home crowd 10 years ago to what we are now, there's something wrong. You know what I mean? And it's beholden upon all of us to sell the product and to sell rugby. And I think it's going to be an exciting tournament. So hopefully.
So what can we expect from the Stormers this year? The brand of rugby.
I was going to,
You hoping to avoid that one, eh?
Our brand is a product. It's guaranteeing the results because You spot on, and we've underachieved on the talent. I don't know what the UK football equivalent is, but we've underachieved on the talent we have perennially. Who's that?
Scunthorpe United.
No, we have to make use of that of those forwards. You know, other than the well-known Springboks, some really good players there. You know, like Jody Schicklingham's going to be a Springbok lock. Saman Marat was in the Springboks last year. Tokyo Christus was world player of the year, S20. So we've got this incredible pack and depth in the forwards. But we can't play the fluff to clear box kick stuff. We're empty units. We have to go the other way.
Yeah.
So we have to sort of use the pack. It sounds like a very simplistic plan, but we used to use that pack, their momentum, to get space for the steppers and to play into space. So Damien Willems, Sergio, Dylan Lates, Jabela Sinatla, you know, we have to create space for them.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier the signing of Jamie Roberts. You know, we had Dialende could help the
How old is he now? 43?
He's mid-40s. 33.
I'm just taking the time.
And you can't say anything about saying he's a doctor and a Cambridge guy, all that shit. But
no, don't say that.
he's
a bright guy, eh?
Very bright guy, seems.
And he's Welsh, so you know he's a superstar.
He doesn't. Yeah, not that you're biased.
No. But he tell us the story about him on his flying over.
He was. We were pushing really hard to get him here. I thought if he arrived this Monday, he couldn't play against the Hurricanes because he wouldn't know the guy's name. It'd just be too much. The lingo.
He could just call him Butt or Butt.
He's learned some. Anyway, he arrived here last Wednesday. We're having a team social the Wednesday night, so we really pushed because I thought it'd be a good way to integrate, over a beer or two, or 20, and then. But he arrived, and it turned out he got engaged as he was flying out of London. And so the guys were teasing me, which terminal? Was it Terminal 5? Which terminal? He's getting upset that he wasn't being regarded as romantic.
And is he being embraced by the team?
Yeah, it was because we went out to...
Because there was rumours he was going to sign with Canterbury.
Yeah, we worked hard on that to get him. Yeah. They was going. I think what happened was the combination of the All Black loss and maybe Cape Town being a sexier place for him. The All Black loss meant they were going to go more homegrown, so that wasn't quite as comfortable the deal.
Sounds to me like that's the only reason she accepted, because if he'd have been proposing to a woman and going to Canterbury is a different proposition than proposing a woman and going to Cape Town.
I think it's not even a significant factor.
Yeah.
She's Australian, so she wouldn't have a great opinion. She wouldn't have a great opinion of Christchurch. So I think, and he genuinely loves Cape Town. He's done all Welsh age group, Welsh schools. The British and Irish Lions, a couple of Welsh tours. You know what I mean? So
he's a legend in Wales.
Is he?
Well, anybody that plays for Wales is a legend in that tiny country. But I spoke to Scott Gibbs about him and couldn't find a bad word.
Oh, really?
And well, we know Scott speaks bad of everybody. So when meeting him, did anything stand out for you?
First, just his size. He's probably the biggest centre I've ever seen, without exaggeration. But actually, he played really well for Bath this year. People tend to brush him more quickly, but he passes well. He's a bright, engaging guy. And I think just his mindset. He could spend his time. He could just serve out his time in Bath or in gone. But he wanted
more money, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's definitely earning more money. A couple of fold. Yeah. But the fact that he wanted to experience life shows that there's something more to him. And one of the conditions we said to him, not conditions, but one of the things was, you've got to play for us, but he's not going to be every game because we've got a couple of good young centres like Rickers Pretorius and Dan Duplessis. But when he gets on the plane, Damien Willems and Herschel Jantjies must know how to manage a game. You know what I mean? They're 20, 21-year-olds. You've got 93 tests. Yeah. It's quite tricky for Damien. He's a 10. He's got Rickers Pretorius, who's from Uppington.
And they're going to have to listen to him intently because he's got a difficult accent to understand.
He's not too bad.
Yeah.
Or too...
Well, it's going to be, and what's the mood in the camp like?
It's fantastic. That's why I guess, like I said, on the way in, I'm worried that things can go wrong because everybody seems to have bought in. Peter Stepp's laughing and
Peter Stepp's laughing.
Yeah, it's not. You've seen those cross ads of his. He's
Mr. Scowl.
Yeah. The guys seem to be enjoying it. That's why. So I'm so worried. I can't see how we're going to stumble. But let me say that the Hurricanes are a pretty good team.
Not really. They're not bad. They're not bad. But I think they're going to rest some of their All Blacks, huh?
Yeah, well, I know that Cole's, obviously Barrett's gone. I think the threats are Leo Mapi and Ben Lamb, they're quite big backs.
The interesting thing for me is the coaching there. How they're going to adapt to the coaching changes with Plum getting the.
Yeah, because Plum's a bit of a sort of institution. He's in the DNA of Wellington. You know, he played. Yeah, he's from there. Done a good job there.
So who, without being rhetorical, who are the big challenges from Australia and New Zealand?
I'm really worried about the Chiefs. I think they're
Under Gatlin?
Yeah.
Another Welshman?
It doesn't sound very Welsh. But no, I think.
Sorry, another Welsh coach.
Obviously the Gatlin's going to affect. We go away there, and the referee's going to see the Warren Gatlin. They're going to see Tabiel Dobber arrive, and they're going to think there's only one winner here.
Dobber, you're looking svelte then.
It's been a bad off season, but
I won't ask about that.
But they're all around. They've got even though they lost Rotella, they've got a really good pack. Aaron Cruden's come back. You got Cruden and McKenzie at 10 and 15 with their style of rugby. I think they'll be mean. The Crusaders have lost a lot of caps. I think people are living a little bit on the Crusader hype. I think they've lost close to 1,000 caps, which is a lot to take out, of any team.
The Highlanders have lost.
The Highlanders have lost. New Zealand rugby's taken the. Probably, I don't know if it's
as
bigger.
Much of a knock as South African rugby.
100% agree with you. So there's an opportunity there. We go away to. The idea is that we go away not having to beat those guys, because we've got Sunwolves and I think Brumbies in Australia a good side. I think going to Canberra is like going to Bloemfontein, in lots of ways, and I think that's going to be tough to play them away. But to me, the Chiefs, Crusaders are a reputation. The Hurricanes, we're lucky they're at home. I think they're a really good side. I don't see the Australian massive threat other than the Brumbies. I might be completely wrong. Brad Thorne's building something good at the Reds. But I'm not sure of their depth, and I think the youngsters I think he's on a deliberate 3 or 4 year project, and still might be a little bit.
He's into his third year now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in his third year, and they've got a lot of youngsters. I don't know, Django Connor's there. Should make a good aftermatch.
So, confident ahead of the first game. Where do you see the big challenge coming from in your division?
In South Africa.
Yeah, in the South African
Sorry, our bigger
South
African conference.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with the Jaguars. I don't know what's going on.
They've lost that massive that flanker, haven't they? The guy that was so instrumental last year.
Jean Paul Montero.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Argentines are a bit like the French. You don't know what their mindset is. Are they going to start slowly chilling and rebuilding to another World Cup, or is this? I literally don't know. Last year we put 40 on them at Milan, and then lost by a few away. So they obviously people are talking them up based on last year. But I don't know. A guy like Creevy, who's the soul of that team, he must be finished. You know what I mean? He's not going to go through another cycle. And those guys have a terribly tough time. So because they weigh the whole of Super Rugby basically, then they're always away. So I'm not sure of them, and I think the Sharks, if they stay fit, are quite exciting, quite a well balanced side. So those are the threats.
I get a lot of optimism from the Lions, and I'm just a bit confused because they've lost so many good players. What are their academies like? Do you know? Have they got an endless conveyor belt of talent there coming through?
No, I don't think the Lions academy is well known, but what they have got is they've got some real X factor. The Lions at Ellis Park, that the speed of that field and the width of that field, and that's something we was to have a look at, is the width of that field. It's a tough place to play, and they're always going to bank those wins because if you turn over a ball there, it's just a lot of prairie to defend, and it's a tough place. But I would think they're in the truth is, they can. If you're going to go and get we got Jamie Roberts for a reason. We had Hull. If you get Yanni Duplessis and Willem Alberts, they're Hulls. You know what I mean? And that's the reality. They're in a rebuild, and the Bulls, in their forwards, they're certainly in a rebuild as well.
Well, thanks, John. I really appreciate you coming in, and thanks for entertaining me.
Thanks so much, Kevin.
Cheers.
Thanks very much. Cheers.